Hi, my name is Barry Schwartz. I'm going to show you a new tool we built called RustyBudget. It's basically a tool that helps you organize your blog topics and your authors, and it could be used on a blog, it could be used on your news site, it could be used on any site where you have to write content in an organized fashion, either personally or across several authors. We call it RustyBudget. It's available at budget.rustybrick.com, and it allows you again to manage the daily storyboards and topics at your blog or news site. So let me go ahead and take you through a quick demonstration of how it works. You basically log in, and what you see across here is the dashboard. Now, these Search Engine Roundtable, Cartoon Barry, Test Budget are what I call your budgets. Each budget could be named after your blog, and I do it in that case where I have a blog named Search Engine Roundtable, I have a blog named Cartoon Barry, and I basically name the budget by the blog. But let's say you write for the New York Times, you wouldn't necessarily make your budgets by, we don't want to call your whole budget New York Times, you maybe break it out into categories. So you might have, the New York Times technology budget, you might have the New York Times business budget, you might have the New York Times real estate budget, and so on. Under each budget are folders. So you see how the Search Engine Roundtable has several folders. You'll see how my personal blog, cartoonbarry.com, has 3 folders. And basically what a folder represents are how you want to organize your topics. Where do you want to put your topics in? So on the Search Engine Roundtable, you'll see I have a Barry folder, which I'm mousing over right now. I also have a Tamar folder, which I now am mousing over. And I have a Ben and Chris folder, as well as more generic folders up for grabs and a waiting on folder. Now, I organize the Search Engine Roundtable budget by making the folders author-specific, i.e. Barry, Tamar, Ben, and Chris, as well as making it more generic, where I have, let's say I have an up for grabs bucket folder where I want people to actually write about, anybody can write about it. So let's say I put a topic in the up for grabs, that means any of the authors are able to write about it. As well as I have a folder named Waiting On, which I'm waiting for people to actually get back to me before I write about it. So that's how I organize my Search Engine Roundtable budget. The Cartoon Barry budget, it's organized just for me, where I go ahead and have things I want to write about in the longer pieces, as well as things that I might want to do quick picks on. As well as I have another folder here, which is used for another purpose. Let's go back to the Search Engine Roundtable. Let's say I wanted to take this topic and drag it over to Ben's folder. I want Ben to write about this. So now he could go ahead and write about it. But let's say I want to leave a note for him so he knows what I want him to write about. So I'll say, Ben, please take this angle when writing about this. And I'll click Add Topic, Add Note, and then it's there. So now when you refresh this page, which does it automatically, you'll see a little notepad. You mouse over it, it should show that there's one note over there. One note. And you click on it, and Ben will be able to see the note. So that's basically how it works. If you wanted to go ahead and add a topic to your budget, there's 2 ways to do it. Let's take an example right now. Let's say I want to add a topic to my personal budget, and I don't have necessarily something I want to talk about it. So I'll just go ahead and say, talk about RustyBudget. And I'll click Add. And then that will be on my quick picks thing that I'll talk about later. Now say I want to finish that, I'll say I actually have completed it. That's done. Let's say I want to write another thing, let's say let me just get rid of this. I'm going to reject this topic in the meantime. And I'm going to go to the New York Times. I'm reading the New York Times, and I'm reading this article over here, and I want to add it to it. Add this article to my budget. What I'll do is, there's a quick way to easily add a bookmarklet. You basically go to the Add form. You'll drag the bookmarklet per folder into your folders bar, and there it's there. So now when I'm reading the New York Times article, I could actually go ahead and click on the bookmarklet. It will go ahead and automatically redirect me back to the article. And if I go back to the budget and I refresh, you'll see it automatically added that topic to Ben's folder. And that's with one click of a button. So you can either add topics that way or the other way. Basically, now I have this over here, and I can actually keep track of what's going on with every author and every budget I have in every folder and every topic I might want to write about. So that's RustyBudget. Again, it's at budget.rustybrick.com, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Basically, again, it's a tool to allow bloggers and authors to manage their blog or news editing site. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks.